Okay, hello all. I am just doing a really short video on how to do a proper environment check. The reason that I'm doing this is the last time that I reviewed the videos for the first exam, the environment checks were a little short or too quick, or I just didn't get a good view of the work area that some of you are working on. The biggest problem was that many of you are kind of like us. Here's my environment, check it out, look, can you see? There you go, no notes. So as you can see now that you're watching this, that doesn't give you a good view of your working area. And the reason that the environment check is important for me is that as I view the videos, I need to make sure that you didn't have notes around you. Many of you, when you're taking the exam, you need a moment to think, and so while you're doing that, you're kind of talking to yourself and you're looking off into space or at the door. And I don't know that you're not looking at, notes or something like that that you have taped to the wall. Now, I kind of did, and that many of you were doing, the talking to yourself, and you weren't reading from left to right on the wall, which makes it easy for me to identify that you're probably just thinking. But still, just to be sure that, again, we're being thorough and that, no one is cutting corners or, trying to cheat their way through the class, I do need a good environment check. So what I'm going to do is give you a quick environment check as if I were taking the exam. So if I were taking the exam, again, the most important part of the environment check is really the environment that you're going to be working on. So, not so much what's behind me, because my eyes aren't going to be back there. I'm not going to be looking at something behind me. More so what's in front of me. So again, I would take the, and I have a laptop like many of you, so I would take the computer, and really the big thing would be that I would show you, my work area. So, and you can verbalize. You can say, this is my work area here, this is my desk. You'll get to see my snake here in a moment. And so, you can show that this is the work area. Here you can see this is my desk, and there are, no notes or anything available for me. If you have a stack of bills or something like that, just verbalize that and say, oh, that's my stack of bills, but I won't be looking at that. Also, if you can give me a view, I know when I used to take exams, staring at the wall in front of me would be something I would do. So I would say, hey, just to give you a good view, here's the wall in front of me. You can see that there are no notes taped to the wall. And the reason I say that is because I have had students tape notes to the wall in the past, especially behind their computer. So if you can, again, just give me a good view of that, and I can see that you do not have notes taped. If I thought I was going to look at the door, you can give me the kind of quick spin around of the room if you need to. As well. But again, for the most part, the most important part is going to be the area directly in front of you. So again, that would be your environment check. If for some reason you think you're going to be looking at the ground, let's say you have a dog or something like that, that you might, take a break and pet. So just show me the ground and say, hey, here's my dog. I don't have a dog with me, but if you do, there's my dog. If for some reason the dog barks or something like that and I have to look down, that way then I can see you've got no notes there. So anyway, most importantly, anywhere that you think your eyes are going to be, please try to include that in the frame as well. So another point that I had was for the actual video, make sure that you are in the frame. So some of you, this is what I saw of you while you were taking the exam, and so I can't see your eyes, right? You can't see my eyes, and the program, the Respondus program, actually flags you for that. So every time that your eyes are out of view or that your eyes aren't looking straight at the computer, it will flag it for me, and then I need to go identify that. So that's the big thing for the environment checks. Also, I need photo IDs. So a couple of you didn't include a photo ID. I need the photo ID to verify that you are who you say you are. And if you can, you're student ID is best, but if you don't have your student ID, your driver's license or something like that works fine. If for some reason your student ID is really old and looks nothing like you today, if you could give me another ID that where the photo looks a little bit more like you do today, that would be ideal. Just because there were a few IDs that I was really kind of looking and scrounging and going, is that the same person? So again, if you can give me a photo that looks most like you today, that would be the ideal. I know that gets challenging with our driver's licenses here, not expiring for how many years, but that also significant others and family members, remind them that you are taking an exam and that if they can, to try not to distract you too much. Also, you're not technically supposed to be talking through the exam. Now, obviously, kids are an exception because, I had someone last semester that had a little one that came in and was going to the bathroom and all of a sudden, I see the mom look over and go, how did you get pee all over yourself? So again, that you have to deal with, obviously. But with significant others that are just kind of teasing you or whatever while you're taking the exam, remind them that you're taking the exam and that you're not technically supposed to be talking. Also, remind your significant others that if they're running around in their skivvies, that they're on video and that everybody can see them, and including me, I get to see them on their skivvies. So try to remind them that, they are on video. Now, furry friends are fine. I know some of you had cats, that you were snuggling with or whatever during the exam, and that's great. It actually probably lowers your stress level. And so furry friends, fine. Hominid friends, try to keep your conversations down to a minimum. Again, if you are talking, it flags that segment of the video, and then I have to go and I have to listen to your conversation. So I then am listening and whatever you're talking about as well. So again, if you can, try to do that. But again, with kids, I understand that you're going to have interruptions with kids, and that's fine. Let's see. One last thing that I wanted to talk about it's in there. I don't want to forget. Hold on. I have my cheat sheet here. We did slow the environment check down. Make sure that you're in the frame. Actually, I think I got everything. Sorry, I just want to make sure that I included everything in this video. So again, slow the environment checks down. Make sure you've got the proper photo ID. Make sure that you're in the frame for the exam and I can see you. And remind those family and significant others that you're taking an exam. Other than that, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email me. Some of you have sent me emails and said, "Oh, I'm sorry to bother you." You are not bothering me. You're never bothering me. This is the part I enjoy interacting with students. I actually kind of miss the student interaction with teaching online. So please, please, please feel free to send me questions at any point in time. I love your questions. And also, as many of you know, I'm up quite late because, like many of you, I have all those other things going on during the day. So, if you can, feel free to send me questions at night, and if it's midnight or 1 a.m, chances are you'll probably get a response from me. So, send your questions whenever you can. And I think that's it. So if you have any other questions just about the course and how things are going and all that, again, let me know. And happy studying.